You wake up to the same routine. Emails pile up, deadlines loom, social media screams for attention. Weeks blur into months and years slip by unnoticed. You're busy but not fulfilled, distracted but not present, alive but not living. What if the key to breaking the cycle wasn't a new productivity hack or self-help trend, but a 2,000-year-old practice so counterintuitive, so uncomfortable, that most people run from it? The ancient Stoics called it memento mori. Remember you must die. Far from morbid, this tactic was their secret weapon for clarity, courage, and unshakable purpose. Let's dismantle the myth that death is a taboo and weaponize it. Strategy 1. The daily mortality check. The tactic. Start every morning by staring down life's ultimate deadline. Ancient example, Seneca, the Roman philosopher, began each day with this reminder: you must die. Not to paralyze, but to prioritize. He wrote, "Life is long if you know how to use it." By confronting mortality first thing, he stripped away trivial concerns. Seneca's wealthy students often complained of having no time, yet spent hours at chariot races and feasts. His rebuttal: you act like immortals in your desires, but like mortals in your deeds. Modern application. Before checking your phone, say aloud, "Today could be my last." What truly matters? This resets your brain's autopilot. That urgent email, that petty argument, fade into irrelevance. What remains are relationships, creativity, and growth. For an extra layer, keep a physical token on your nightstand. A stone, a coin, a skull, replica, to grip as you ask the question. Tactile triggers bypass mental resistance. Strategy 2. The urgency filter. The tactic. Use death as a decision-making lens. Ancient example. Marcus Aurelius, Emperor of Rome, carried a skull as a paperweight. When advisors urged him to waste time on petty diplomacy, he'd hold the skull and ask, "Will this matter on my deathbed?" If not, it was discarded. His journals reveal a man besieged by war and betrayal, yet unshaken. You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do, say, and think. Modern application. Create a deathbed test. For every task, ask, if I died tomorrow, would I regret prioritizing this? Cancel unnecessary meetings. Delete apps that drain time. Say no to obligations that don't align with your legacy. A Silicon Valley CEO I know keeps a tombstone priority list pinned above his desk. Only tasks worthy of being etched into his epitaph make the cut. Strategy 3. The evening death meditation and the tactic. Review your day as if it were your last. Ancient example. Stoics practiced meditatio mortis nightly. Epictetus, born a slave, instructed students to reflect, what did I today that feared death? What did I postpone that death might interrupt? He argued that procrastination is a form of self-betrayal, assuming tomorrow is guaranteed. Modern application. Journal for 5 minutes before bed using 2 prompts. 1. What did I do today that I'd be proud of on my deathbed? 2. What did I avoid out of fear or procrastination? This builds accountability and turns days into stepping stones, not gravestones. For bonus impact, pair this with a death accountability partner. Share your nightly reflections with someone who will challenge your excuses. Strategy 4. Legacy-driven decisions. The tactic. Act as if your actions will outlive you. Ancient example. The Spartans fought not for personal glory, but for eternal honor. A warrior's epitaph read, Go tell the Spartans, stranger passing by, that here, obedient to their laws, we lie. Their legacy, a culture immortalized for courage. Even their children were taught, return with your shield, or on it. Modern application. Before major decisions, ask, how will this ripple beyond my lifetime? A father teaching his daughter integrity. A founder building a company that solves generational problems. Even small acts, planting a tree, mentoring a colleague, compound into immortality. Neuroscientists confirm that legacy thinking activates the brain's dorsolateral prefrontal cortex, overriding impulsive choices for long-term impact. Strategy 5. Obstacle immunity training. The tactic: reframe challenges as preparation for life's final test. Ancient example: the Stoic sage Musonius Rufus taught that hardship is training for dying well. By enduring smaller struggles, cold, hunger, criticism, we build resilience for life's ultimate challenge. His students slept on stone floors and fasted, not for punishment, but to master discomfort. Modern application. When facing stress, say, "This is my training." A difficult coworker, practice patience. A failed project, practice detachment. Each obstacle becomes a rehearsal for facing mortality with grace. Navy SEALs use a similar mindset. Hell Week isn't about fitness, it's about learning to embrace suffering as a mental gym. Strategy 6. The last time awareness. The tactic: cherish mundane moments as if they're final. Ancient example: Japanese samurai wrote death poems, jisei, to crystallize the beauty of fleeting moments. A cherry blossom, a cup of tea, a child's laugh. The Zen monk Ikkyu wrote, "Born once, die once, the moon reflects it all." Modern application. Next time you're stuck in traffic or folding laundry, whisper, "This could be the last time." Suddenly, monotony becomes sacred. A mother I interviewed started seeing bedtime stories as final performances. Her voice softened, her attention sharpened. Her kids noticed. "You're really here now," her daughter said. Strategy 7. Detachment from ego. The tactic: let death silence others' opinions. Ancient example: Diogenes, the cynic philosopher, lived in a barrel and mocked societal norms. When asked why he didn't care about insults, he said, "In 100 years we'll all be dead. Why waste breath on fools?" Alexander the Great once visited him, offering any wish. Diogenes replied, "Stop blocking my sunlight." Modern application. Before people-pleasing, ask, will their judgment matter when I'm gone? Post less on social media. Speak your truth unapologetically. Death equalizes status. Act accordingly. A famous musician who requested anonymity told me he quit the Grammy race after asking, "Will my tombstone say 3-time winner or he made beauty?" Strategy 8. The preemptive eulogy exercise. The tactic: write your eulogy to guide your life. Ancient example: Egyptians composed autobiographies for their tombs, detailing virtues they wished to embody. These texts guided their actions while alive. Pharaoh Hatshepsut's tomb declared, "I have restored what was destroyed. I have raised up what was shattered." She then spent her reign rebuilding Egypt's infrastructure. Modern application. Draft your ideal eulogy in 3 sentences. Example: she loved deeply, created bravely, and left the world kinder. Tape it to your mirror. Let it veto distractions and align daily choices with eternal impact. A Wall Street trader turned philanthropist did this. His eulogy now reads, "He turned millions into medicine for those he'd never meet." Strategy 9. Gratitude through impermanence. The tactics. Amplify thankfulness by acknowledging temporariness. Ancient example. Buddha taught that attachment to permanence causes suffering. By meditating on decay, monks cultivated gratitude for each meal, conversation, and breath. The anicca, impermanence doctrine wasn't bleak, it was liberation. As one sutra states, the flower is precious because it fades. Modern application. When stressed, list 5 things you'll miss after death. Your partner's laugh, morning coffee, the smell of rain. This floods the brain with dopamine and dissolves complaints. A hospice nurse shared that her patient's #1 regret wasn't unachieved goals. It was not savoring ordinary Tuesdays. Strategy 10. Death-powered courage. The tactic, leverage mortality to crush fear. Ancient example, Viking warriors roared till Valhalla before battle, embracing death as an honor. This freed them to act boldly. Their sagas are filled with lines like, "A coward believes he will live forever if he avoids battle. The wise man knows death stalks the timid and brave alike." Modern application. Before a risk, quitting a toxic job, confessing love, launching a venture, ask, "What would I do if I died next week?" Death is the ultimate permission slip to live audaciously. A startup founder used this to pitch Elon Musk. "If I die tomorrow," he wrote, "I'd regret not trying." Musk replied and invested. Strategy 11. The mortality mirror, bonus. The tactic, use others' deaths to reflect on your own. Ancient example, Roman generals kept a slave whose sole job was to whisper, "Respice poster, hominem te memento," look behind you, remember you're mortal. During victory parades, triumph and mortality were forced into dialogue. Modern application. When someone dies, a celebrity, a neighbor, a grandparent, ask, "What did their life teach me about mine?" A tech exec reshaped his workaholic habits after his rival's fatal heart attack. "He died at his desk," he told me. "I realized no one's tombstone says, 'Wish I'd worked more.'" The Stoics didn't whisper about death, they shouted it, sculpted it into a tool. Starting tomorrow, carve memento mori into your life. Let it be the scalpel that cuts away the trivial, the mirror that reflects your legacy, and the fire that forges courage. As Seneca wrote, "Death is the wish of some, the relief of many, the end of all. But life is only truly lived by those who've made peace with dying." Your turn. The clock ticks. What will you do before it stops? Step 1. Choose one tactic from this list, the one that terrifies you most. Step 2. Practice it ruthlessly for 7 days. Step 3. Email someone you love and say, "If I die tomorrow, know that X is how I want to be remembered." Death isn't waiting. Why are you?